So if you guys clicked on this video, then you guys want to know what a CPU is, and that's exactly what you're going to figure out in this video. If you haven't seen my previous video, which is about what a GPU is, be sure to go and check that out. I know these videos have been made before, I'm just making them so that you guys, my subscribers, know what they are. And if you guys are getting into the PC gaming world, then I know it might be a little tough at the beginning, but that's what I'm here for. I'm going to try to make it a lot simpler for you and help you guys out. Okay, so the CPU, or the central processing unit, has a lot of confusing stuff at first, but it really gets a lot simpler once you look into it, and this video is going to help you understand it a lot more. So let's get into the first thing, which is CPU clock speed. Basically, 1 gigahertz stands for 1 billion instructions every second, and if you have a 3 gigahertz CPU, then it can do 3 billion instructions every second, and so on and so forth. So every 1 gigahertz is a billion instructions every second. So some CPUs have single cores, dual cores, or even quad cores, and this basically means if you have a single core versus a dual core, the dual core can do 2 times the amount of actions per second that a single core can do, and if you have a quad core, it could do 4 times the amount of instructions per second a single core can do. So each core is like its own CPU, if that makes sense. The one last big thing about CPUs is its socket type. You really need to know what kind of socket type it has so you know if it's going to work or not with your motherboard that you're planning on buying with it. So make sure you check and see what kind of socket type it is before you go out and buy a motherboard, because if the socket types do not match, then the CPU will not fit into the motherboard and it will not work. And the very last thing that I need to tell you is the i5 and i7 and what all that means. Basically, an i5 6400 is a lot worse than an i5 6500. It's not a lot worse, but it's not as good as a 6500. Similar to the GPUs, the higher the number, usually the better. If you have an i7 6700K, it's going to be a lot better than an i7 6600. And the K at the end of i7 6600K or 6700K, the K stands for its overclock ability. And when you're overclocking something, basically you're giving it more voltage so it can perform faster and better, as long as you have a cooler that can cool it down fast enough so it doesn't overheat the CPU. I know this was a really short video, guys, but it does wrap up everything that you need to know about CPUs. And if you guys want more short videos like this that are really informative, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing PC builds under $500, $600, $700, so on and so forth. The best builds you can get for your money. So yes, just please subscribe, and I'll see you guys at my next one.